Hey guys, Kev here, and let's talk about an oldie but a goodie. This is the CKF Custom Knife Factory Evo 2.0. This is the carbon fiber version. I have a Johnny T custom clip on there, which is fantastic, by the way. Mirror edge from Jared Neve. I've tightened this pivot down as far as it'll go, and it'll buy you that much time to get your finger out of the way. Man, this knife is incredible. I have now owned this for a year and a half, which is pretty impressive for me, if anybody knows me. And I just can't bring myself to sell it, even when I go spells without carrying it. I will say that year and a half, probably 70% of it's been loaned out because everybody wants to check one of these out. And I like to let people check out knives because, you know, that's part of collecting, or the enthusiasm side of it is you want other people to enjoy and get the same enthusiasm. And then you could justify your purchase. But the hollow ground on this is disgusting. It's one of those knives where I loan it out, and every time I loan it out, I go, you know, I might just sell that when it comes back because I could probably get, you know, over $1,000 for this at this point. And of course I paid, for this, I actually paid $590 and then $180 for the clip or something. So, you know, I could probably get $1,200 for it, but I get it back and I'm like, man, it's just too good and sexy. And I got to handle the 3.0 at Blade Show. And I got to say, the detent was a light. Which is sad because they had the chance on the 3.0 to tighten the detent up. That was definitely the biggest gripe on this knife, is that the detent is kind of light, you know. It's the reason why if I sold it I would sell it, is because it's lighter. And this specific one right here is the one I kept. I've had all three versions. The one I kept was because this was lighter and because it had the strongest detent. The other ones were like, man, they were really weak. Like, I could easily fail. You can see this is just shooting out. It's pretty good, but it's still not like, you know, strong or anything. Now, most people don't care, and the badassery kind of overtakes it and everything, but it's just such a good knife. And I wish they had done a carbon fiber version on the 3.0 because I could match, you know. But another reason, what I was getting at there, another reason I'm not selling this is because I probably am going to like it better than the 3.0. The 3.0 is a little bit bigger. He was telling me, the guy at the booth was telling me that he compared them, and the 3.0 is actually only a 1/4 inch shorter than the 1.0, which is absolutely massive. Like, it's just too big. I haven't compared them or anything, but I just think this is going to be, you know, still the perfect size for me. So I might end up just keeping this one. I did get the micarta one in the 3.0 because I thought that would be the lightest weight one. Sadly, it has like an acid wash blade, and, you know, there were other versions I would have preferred, but the weight on them, it was just too much on the 3.0 with the full dress was just too heavy. I didn't like carrying it. And so I'm hoping that one's lighter, but I don't know what I'm getting at here. I just wanted to talk about it. And I still love this knife so much. It's just one of those knives, right? Like, if we go through the line here a little bit, it's like the Rosie, where it just has that staying power for me, and it's very rare to have something in my collection that long and to have the staying power is impressive, right? Another one, now I did just sell one of these, is the Nimble, but it's because I had two, and so the one I originally got is the one I sold because this was a gift and I didn't want to sell this. But another one I've had for at least a year is the Nimble from LeftyEDC. Staying power, right? I don't have many more like that. I have a Quiet Carry Drift. that I've had for about a year that they sent me. This is like my yard work knife. Love it. Do you see a theme here? I mean, they're all in that size range. They all are flickable. They all, I mean, and the funny thing is 3 of them are not sheep's foot blades. That's usually my thing, right? So I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of talk about the Evo for a little bit there. I was playing with it after getting it back again, and you know, before I got it back, I was like, I might sell it. And of course, then I get it back, and I'm like, nope, never happening. So they're gonna have to pry this one out of my cold dead fingers, or you know, something's gonna have to happen where I need money, and I gotta sell some knives to recoup or whatever. And I did just do that, so I'm kind of in a good spot right now. And I sold a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't necessarily put at the top of my list, you know, so it worked out. But yeah, I don't know. Thought you guys might want to check out the Evo again, and just a random video, really. Sort of a long-term review, I guess. It's still ultra comfortable in the hand. That is one of the things about this knife I love, is it has a design in terms of handle that I normally don't like. I like having a finger choil here and then more neutral, right? I don't like curvy sort of handles like that, but this thing just melts into your hand. It is a little bit thin up in this area, bottlenecks a little bit, but still ultra comfortable. It's a great user. Now, I don't really use it. You can see it's got this mirror edge from Jared on it from like a year ago, I think. And it's still pristine, you know, so nobody else I've sent it to has really used it either. It's just one of those knives, right, that like you just don't want to mess up, especially when you loan it out. People are like afraid to carry and use it, and I totally understand that because I'm the same way, although I don't care if people carry and use it. Yeah, it does have great action. It's really good at the thumb flick, I gotta say. It's definitely dialed for a thumb flick, and I think that's what they were going for. They weren't necessarily thinking about the reverse flick, which works great. Again, this one has a stronger detent than the others I've handled. You know, so it flicks just fine, but it definitely seems like it was made to be thumb flicked, right? It's very lefty friendly because of the clip, and that's another thing that makes me keep this knife. Is you see how long this clip is? It makes it so you can rest on top of it and reverse flick left-handed. If I couldn't reverse flick this knife, it would definitely not be around anymore. So yeah, I love the clip. And then I got the custom one, of course, from Johnny T, which looks just, I mean, looks fantastic on this build, I think. It does make that sound now that I added the clip, I think. Hear that? It's kind of like a clank on the way down. I feel like a lot of people think that's a good sound. I don't know if I love it. Kind of feels rattly to me. But I'll take the trade-off for the badass clip. So, yeah, it's been with me a while. And, you know, it's always fun to look back at knives. Man, look at that. Just tightened it too. And I have an O-ring in there, so it's just like wants to drop. Yeah, it's always fun to look back at knives I loved a while ago, right? Because you guys, if you follow me, you know that I go through knives like freaking nothing, you know? And the ones that stick around are sort of interesting to me. Now, I sell a lot of knives because I need to just sell knives because I'm running a channel and I need funds and I'm not made of money, right? So that's the reason for me selling a lot of things. So if you see me sell something that I said I loved, it doesn't mean I don't love it. It just means I have to sell it. And yeah, maybe you could say the stuff that sticks around is stuff I love more, and that's true. It is, obviously. But it again does not mean that thing I sold was bad in any way. Like, I have to find reasons to sell things because otherwise I'd keep them all, you know? So it's a vicious cycle, but I kind of like it because it does ultimately end in me having a top tier collection, in my opinion, in what I like, right? I don't even have that many top tier knives. Like, I have the Evo, I have the Rosie, and this is, you know, I've gone through how many hundreds of knives, right? I have the Rask, love the Rask. I still have currently my Lefty Tough Knives Reset Custom. I have a Trevor Burger Urban. And then I have the Brown Knives FSD. And I would also put the Kvist Blade Works variant custom in there. So, I mean, throughout, you know, 2 years of collecting and really diving in and sorting out what I truly enjoy and love, I've ended up with, what, 5, 6, 7 knives that are in that echelon. Like, I have plenty of Riot made custom, or not custom, production knives and stuff like that that I truly love, but I wouldn't put them in this category. So 7 knives, right? And I'm trying to sell this one, and it's mainly because it's a $1,300 knife, not because I don't like it. It's fantastic. So, I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting observation to think about, you know, the Evo still being around. It's the longest tenured knife in the collection, I think, at this point, because I sold the GOAT to Colin. So, oldest tenured knife in my collection is the CKF Evo 2.0. I am good with that. So, anyway, just thought it was interesting. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.